Excuse me, are you going to Firkham?
Why ever didn't they think of it before? Yes, it's the Carry On Gang bursting into the beauty business in Carry On Girls.
Enjoying the view?
Oh, sorry.
Young women being shown off like cattle for the sexual gratification of a lot of drooling men.
You're all for it, aren't you?
Yes, any time.
Just think of all those lovely 38s and 40s bobbling up and down.
I am.
Their aim is to put Firkham-on-Sea in the public eye, to give it a leg up.
Don't just stand there, come and give her a bunk up.
And wherever there are beauties, there are bound to be a few beasts.
Well, come on, then.
It's the raciest carry-on yet, packed with familiar faces. There's Sid James.
You could do with a spot of rouge on your cheeks.
He's a big knob on the council.
Hop in here and I'll prove it.
Barbara Windsor, Miss Easy Rider. She's in for a hard time with...
It's Connie.
Joan Sims.
Connie, just a minute, Connie. Connie, wait a minute.
Oh, hello.
Kenneth Connor, a smash hit as the mayor.
That should do it good.
And here's someone waiting to be stuffed. Bernard Breslaw.
I'll do that, Saucy.
June Whitfield.
Rosemary, get the candle.
A lady who knows how to use a candle at both ends.
This way, me dear. Over here.
Well, you won't know all this is, but...
But I want you to take my knickers down.
Now, come on, girls. Don't forget cheese, please. Plenty of cheese. Come on, throw over your thingamybobbles out.
Not right out, darling. It's not an educational program.
Carry On Girls is an education that'll make your pupils stand out in their sockets.
Oh, I can assure you you'll never see anything like this again.
Let your hair down. Let everything down. As Peter Rogers and Gerald Thomas invite you to bask in the funniest, honeyest carry-on of them all.
In the year 1750, the lay-bys of Old England were absolutely bristling with layabouts, ready to whip out their weapons at the drop of a cocked hat. And the cockiest layabout of all was one Richard Turpin, commonly known as Big Dick, on account of the size of his gun.
Stand and deliver!
What is it? Where have we stopped?
It's Dick Turpin, ma'am.
Blimey. Stay where you are. Behave yourselves now.
Excuse me, madam. I don't think you've noticed what I've got here.
That doesn't scare me. I've seen bigger ones in my time.
Only Sid James could play Big Dick with such a flourish. And he's the Reverend Flasher, too, on the choir.
Which one of you is looking for Big Dick?
He is.
Barbara Windsor fills two roles very nicely.
Oh!
Kenneth Williams is a rather thick dick.
You might just as well come quietly. I am Captain Fancy of the Bow Street Runners, and I'm Titania, Queen of all the fairies.
And Hattie Jakes pulls out all the stops.
It's a very distinctive birthmark, sir, in a rather unusual place.
Oh, wow.
He's not called a Big Dick for nothing, sir.
Bernard Breslaw. There are no flies on him. This is Joan Sims, doing the turn of the century.
Come on, let me have a look at it.
You mustn't.
Kenneth Connor, doing his bit.
Come on, my girl. I'm going to have you in the lockup.
This wench is Peter Butterworth, though he's really a Tom.
The quicker that villain's caught, the better, eh, Tom?
That's right, sir. No one's safe from Big Dick, and that's a fact.
And who else but Jack Douglas, slashing his way to fame. Seldom, if ever, have the carry-on crowd wrung out as many laughs in their quest to uncover Big Dick.
Look out, sir.
Oh, filthy beast. Give me a bit of paper.
Don't be silly, that pigeon will be miles away by now.
Come back to the good old days with Peter Rogers, Gerald Thomas and the Carry-On Gang.
Looks like we got another big success.
Oh, sir, all I want is your forgiveness.
They're all in it, looking for Dick.
You've got to get on top of it!
Oh!
Dick's rides may not be strictly historical, but it's certainly hysterical every inch of the way.
Get 'em off,
Have a look at this.
Well, lay it on the table so I can see it.
They've sent the wrong film. Shut it off.
The wrong film? Never. Not when it's the Carry On crowd in their most ripping exploit yet.
Cheers.
Bottoms up.
Yes, Peter Rogers and Gerald Thomas are back on the ball, exposing what goes on and what comes off when they carry on behind.
What do you think you're doing?
What are you yelling about?
Me balls burning.
Stands so close to the fire.
You see, when I love a man, I give him everything. I give it all.
She ran into my caravan.
Yes, before we start thing, we're having quick bang together.
Really?
You see, I am keeping how you say, dirty caravan.
Keeping a what?
You see, I am having birds in my caravan.
Well, perhaps you could find a quiet little spot around here somewhere. Oh, I'd pick up one.
I could do some good with these two.
I could do some good with them too.
Get stopped.
What did you say to me?
I did not come here to go fishing. I came here to go finding other things to do.
Turn it off immediately, I said. Look here, I will not have this kind of thing shown.
Oh, I think he wants to come inside the caravan.
Look, if he's coming with us, he's got to get used to staying outside.
Well, suppose it rains.
We'll buy him an umbrella. Now we're alone. Try and remember exactly what happened.
Well, I got into bed, and Miss Bushka turned out the light.
So you were in bed with a Miss Bushka?
Yeah, no, I was up the other end.
It's a landslide of love. A feast of familiar faces.
Oh, it's an orgy.
The Carry On gang have been up the front for years. Now they invite you to come round the back and carry on behind.
This is monstrous. They sent the wrong film. I do apologize, but what can I do?
In the dark days of 1940, England had its back to the wall most of the time. But Peter Rogers and Gerald Thomas found a little unit who had their backs to the wall all of the time.
I could have sworn someone said bang.
Oh, it's a lovely idea.
Gracias.
Pardon, sir?
Lickers.
This is one of these new mixed batteries.
So, that's what the Brigadier meant when he said that this battery was an experiment.
Experiment, sir. They does not need to experiment. They gets at it right away.
Always in the front line of funmakers, the Carry On gang have recruited a few new faces to join up with the regulars. Leading the laugh parade, Kenneth Connor.
As from this moment, all ATS personnel, I'm going to make men of you.
Followed by Windsor Davis as Sergeant Major Bloomer.
I bet none of you can tell the difference between a couple of Hyankles and a pair of Bristols.
Leading the love parade, Judy Geeson.
I don't think I can hold this pose much longer.
And Patrick Moore.
This is ridiculous.
Twitching for some action, Jack Douglas. Joan Sims.
How do you do? I find these things awfully exciting. I don't know why.
Melvin Hayes. Peter Butterworth. And Peter Jones.
You
Quite a nasty friction burn you got there. What have you been doing, eh? Arsing about?
The battle for Britain was on.
gun emplacement without a real gun.
With respect, sir. Remember there's a war on.
And England was exposed.
It's just as though those explosions are reverberating all through my body.
Well, just as long as your helmet's not damaged.
Those were times of great change.
I'll show them who's wearing the trousers around here.
When men and women were doing their bit. And everybody was feeling the strain. pain.
Surely you don't mean a bit of the other. This, that, or the other, so no matter what you call it, there is at it all the time. In and out of each other's quarters like fiddler's elbows.
And so we say to you,
Quick! Mark!
never in the field of carry-on comedies have there been so many laughs as in Carry On, England. When they introduced Concorde, it went with a supersonic bang. So imagine the kind of bang there's going to be when the world's sexiest sex symbol carries on with the whole Carry On gang.
It is not nice to peep through keyholes.
Oh, don't be shy, Sharon.
I'm not shy, I'm circumspect.
Snow White meets the Incredible Shrinking Man.
Oh, but why me? You can have Tom, Dick, or Harry.
I don't want Tom or Harry.
Not since the Keogh affair or Watergate has public interest been so aroused in the affairs of state. I refer, of course, to the case of Madame Emmannuelle Gravert.
Bullshit.
Yes, Emmannuelle stands for everything French.
My glasses, my...
But she prefers a more comfortable position.
Oh, Emmannuelle, you're making it very hard for me.
I must get some stronger elastic.
Oh, me hangers.
My name is Lives.
I prefer Lane.
Tell us what the butler saw.
Take a look at this. It's a beaut, eh?
Incroyable! I've never seen anything that big.
I'm determined to go out with a bang.
That's exactly what I had in mind.
I've met this wonderful girl.
Don't be silly, there's no such thing.
I think I'm in love.
Oh, nonsense, you're far too young.
I'm 34 and a half.
Old or young? Singly or by the dozen? Emmannuelle is the best sport ever to play on the Carry On team.
Not with an entire football team.
No, I'm a rugby man, mate. Different shaped balls.
She's friendly with all sorts of people in high places. And the higher the place, the better she likes it.
My goodness, what are you doing there?
I'm looking for a weapon.
Oh, you won't find one here.
Peter Rogers and Gerald Thomas add a dash of French undressing to good old English relish in the sauciest carry-on of them all. Carry On, Emmannuelle.
We'll cut it there, okay? Live? What bloody idea was that?
Weigh anchor! Weigh anchor! Big sail! In God's name! Make it go!
He's the world's most famous explorer.
Christopher Columbus. Admiral Columbus is going on a lovely sea trip.
He's getting his ship together.
Mrs. Marco, the serial killer, beats his victims to death with a sack of Rice Krispies.
For a well-crewed voyage.
Should this Columbus have a route, I shall get my hands on it.
Upping his anchor.
Shove that in the captain.
In the captain?
And probing unknown parts.
Oh, madam, that is no snake. Sorry, you very big boy. I have seen his testimonials.
But when there's trouble down below, he carries on.
We've just had a leak in the hold.
Oh, did you? Well, next time, do it over the side. So grab an oar, set sail with us, and discover
Naked mermaids. Naked women. Men who seduce young women.
Bingo! It's nautical fun for everyone.
Who are these guys?
They're the biggest bunch of anchors that ever put to sea.
Thank you very much. Carry on, Columbus.
Carry On, Columbus. See it before it gets pulled off.
Carry on, Columbus.